Good morning, everybody. What's going on? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. And I welcome you all to my stream. Hello, hello. Full day of streaming today. Today is Sunday, the 6th of December, 2020. How is everybody? I hope you're all doing well. And I hope that you're ready for a fun day of gameplay streams. Another interesting variety of stuff today, to say the least. Two completely different styles of games, and the conclusion of a PlayStation 5 launch title playthrough. Alright, good stuff today. Hope you guys are in a good mood and ready for some fun. Of course, if you're here on the stream right now, you're probably ready for some rage, because you know what's coming up. This is the conclusion of my Demon's Souls PlayStation 5 edition playthrough. Excuse me. Now, a few things that should be said about this. First of all, over the past 3 weeks since the launch of the PlayStation 5, I have enjoyed playing Demon's Souls again. Admittedly, there were some things that I completely 100% remembered about the game, and there were some things I had completely forgotten about the game, right? I couldn't even remember certain bosses at all, yet certain stages I remembered perfectly because I had grinded the hell out of this game 7 years ago when I played it for the very first time. So, it's definitely been an interesting experience, to say the least. Where are we in the game? What is left to do? Well, I've beaten every major stage except the final stage, which is stage 1-4. Okay? So I've done everything. But the old monk boss remains. The old monk boss is the boss that's the summon boss, where it summons a human to fight. And the problem here is, this game has not whatsoever refined the mechanics of the online PvP gameplay at all. It didn't change anything. It plays exactly like the old Demon's Souls. That being said, the old Demon's Souls is over 10 years old, and people have had so much time over the last decade to master the online play of this game and all of its quirks, all of its issues, because it is incredibly laggy, is incredibly wonky, and is just not representative of a good online experience at all. People have found builds over the last decade that are incredibly broken, that will absolutely destroy you, whether it's by completely breaking your armor and your weapons during the fight, whether it's by filling the room with status ailments and having basically nearly unlimited items to throw so that you can't really do anything about it, or whether it's abusing certain builds. For example, when I was actually fighting, this the other day, alright, what ended up happening was the person who I was fighting was using the, what do you call it? The Stormbringer, I want to say it's called, the Stormbringer. And the Stormbringer is that gimmick sword, okay? It's a gimmick sword where when you use it, it doesn't do any damage, okay? But it's a ginormous sword used for a boss fight, and it's the biggest weapon in the game where when you swing it, it has insane range for no reason. Like, it's just broken. The hitbox on the Stormbringer is broken. And it knocks you down. Even if you're nowhere near it, it'll knock you down. Now, when it knocks you down, you get stuck on the ground for an extended period of time. And it allows the enemy to then heal for free. Like, no challenge. And I was like, boom, you're done. Okay, I heal for free. It's broken as shit. And it would certainly be one thing if the game allowed you to dodge properly, allowed you to block properly, but you just cannot do it during the PvP of this game. It's too delayed and broken. The online play always was broken in Demon's Souls. Hell, that's something that even in the future Dark Souls games from Software never really massively improved. The online play was always something kind of hilariously bad. Okay? So that being said, it's pretty ridiculous. Again, it would be something if this was a brand new game, and the game had only been out for 3 weeks, and people were just starting to get a handle on how to abuse the online play. The online play of this game is identical to the original, which means this has been out for over 10 years. People have been messing with this, and have absolutely mastered the ways to abuse it. For someone like me, who doesn't play the PvP of these games, doesn't care about it, I have little to no chance of legitimately beating someone who knows how to abuse it. Okay? So that being said, here's what we're going to do today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out if there's any way to upgrade my weapons. Because I haven't upgraded my weapons in a bit because I don't have enough of the items to do it. The problem with Demon Souls is you basically got to grind. This game 100% is a grind fest. You got to grind for healing items. You got to grind for crafting items. You got to grind for status ailment items. You just got to fucking grind. Okay? And sadly, I hate to say it, it's not fun in that regard. In future Dark Souls games, it's not even close to being like that. Okay? That's why they have the Estus Flask that regenerates, right? That's why most Dark Souls games, you can grab the crafting items you need, or you can buy them. In this game, it's like, oh, you need the large chunk, you need this, that. Grind, grind, grind. Okay? It's fucking annoying. So for me, I don't even know if I have enough items, just through the natural course of playing the game now, to upgrade my weapons. You know, my Uchigatana is +4. I think my Crescent Falchion is like +3. My Dragon Sword's like +2 or 3. I'm not 100% on what it is, but you see what I mean? Like, I'm limited to what I found during the playthrough, and I definitely don't want to keep wandering around in circles in order to find all the crafting items. So, what we'll do first thing today, we'll go to the blacksmith in the second world. We'll see what crafting items I actually have and see what I can upgrade, all right? Then, if people can help me out, if I need to find some more basic crafting items somewhere, if they know an easy way to get them, I'll head right there and get them, all right? So we can maybe upgrade the weapons a little bit further. If not, what can you do, right? I just got to go with what I've got, I guess, then. I'll use my remaining souls, I guess, to just level up or whatever. And then I'm going to try to take on the old monk boss again. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you could just run right into the old monk boss room and fight him, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. I wouldn't care if I died a million times to the summon boss, right? But let's be honest here. The major problem is that they very stupidly make it you have to go up a giant staircase to get to the old monk boss. And this staircase not only has little, very, very annoying enemies on it, but it's got these two overpowered mages that even here in the end game of the game can insta-kill you. Alright? It's stupid as fuck. It's really bad game design. And it's hilarious because it's one of the very few parts, I would say, of the game that actually is pretty much tediously unfair. Like, every time you lose to the summon boss, which could be different every time you face it, do you really want to have to very carefully walk up and down this fucking staircase, poking away at these stupid mages? No, it's really stupid. It's like punishment. And I hate that. But I'm going to legitimately try to beat this old monk boss for a bit. Now, I'm not going to spend the entire stream on it. Maybe the first hour, like I said, I'm going to look for crafting items or leveling stuff on the weapons first. And then maybe I'll spend maybe about an hour or so on it. You know, hopefully get a few legit tries in against the old monk boss. And if I beat it, great. I would love to beat it legit. But I'm definitely finishing Demon Souls today. As they say, by hook or by crook. Today I'm finishing the game. Okay? So, I really want to try it. Alright? I really want to try it. But if I can't do it, I can't do it. Alright? We'll see what happens. If I can't do it within, say, the first hour and a half of the stream, likely I'm just going to say, okay, fuck it, and go offline, and play the game offline, and just fight the stupid AI, get it over with, so that I can finish the game. Alright? Then after that, I believe it's just stage 1-4, and I can't remember if there's 1 or 2 bosses left. Like I said, it's weird because there's certain things I remember about this game, and there's certain things I don't. I don't remember the end of the game. Like, I remember the final stage is challenging, but I don't remember the final boss at all. Seriously, I don't remember the final boss at all. I can't. It's like, my mind is blank. So, I guess we'll see what happens. But I definitely, I'm dead set. I want to beat this game today. I want to get it done because we've got Cyberpunk later this week, which we'll talk about in a minute. And it's going to be a balance between a lot of Cyberpunk and some Yakuza 7 as my main gameplay stream with a variety of stuff on my late night chill streams. And I don't want this as a lingering playthrough at this point. Okay? So, Demon Souls concluding today. Again, it's weird because I don't remember at all the end of the game. I seriously can't remember it. I don't... It's weird. I remember this final segment where there's like dragons and stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a different game. I can't remember at all if it's this game or not. It might be this game, or it might not be. I don't remember. I just have like a brain fart of the end of the game for some reason. Is it okay? For those who've played this before, stage 1-4, is there a final segment of the game where there's drakes or dragons blowing flame? Like they're guarding like a gate? Now, I'm not talking about Dark Souls 3 where there's 2 giant dragons that are infected by the darkness. I swear there were, in one of these From Software games, at the end of the game, there's dragons. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yes, I am correct. There's a blue dragon. Alright, that must be what I'm thinking then. Oh, Dark Souls 3 borrowed that from Demon Souls. Oh, wow. Future From Software games really borrowed a lot from Demon Souls, didn't they? When you really think about it. That's a lot of borrowing. It really is. That's a lot of borrowing. Alright, so anyway. That's probably what I'm thinking about then. Okay. Alright, so we'll see today how this goes then. Yes, we'll see how this goes. Okay. Hope you guys will enjoy the stream. Hopefully I'll beat it. Again, I would love to beat the Old Monk legit. I hope you guys will help me with the crafting items for my weapons, where to find them, and like I said, maybe the first hour will be seeing if I can upgrade these weapons. The second hour will be trying the Old Monk, and then the final hour will be the last stage or something like that. Okay? Alright, folks, so that is today's plans for Demon Souls. Hopefully I beat it. Later tonight on the late stream, it is the continuation of Twin Mirror. This is a game that I started playing last night, and it's a narrative-based game from Don't Nod. And it started off slow, and then it picked up a little bit with a mystery that kind of happened with, oh my god, you woke up and your shirt's covered in blood, what happened? And then you kind of realize maybe it's not that big of a deal, until later on you find a dead body. Holy shit. And it's actually... It's weird because I played the game for almost 3 hours, and then I found the dead body, and I was like, damn, now I feel like the game begins. Like, seriously, once you find the dead body, now you're, like, panicking. You're trying to piece together what happened, how did this guy die, you know. And it actually, in my opinion, gets better from there on in. And that's the problem, is I ran out of time to play. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. The game picked up big time, and then I freaking ran out of time. So... tonight, we continue on, and we're heading right into a cool investigation aspect of the game to see how it goes and to see, you know, what's going to happen here. I'm excited to see what happens. So, hope you'll join me tonight for more Twin Mirror. The game's supposed to be 7 to 8 hours long, and I'm 3 hours in right now. So, tonight, if we play it for another 2 to 3 hours, probably one more late night stream, and we'll beat it later on in the week. So, join me tonight for more fun, okay? Tomorrow, we're continuing on with Yakuza 7. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of disappointed I'm not playing more Yakuza 7 today, but I didn't want to rearrange the schedule and basically go back on my promises that I would play Demon Souls today. But yesterday's Yakuza 7 stream was great because we got into a major dungeon, and I was enjoying going through the dungeon, exploring, fighting the enemies, you know, looting. You know, it's typical, excuse me, dungeon crawler stuff for an RPG. And I was really having a good time with it. And I was disappointed that I ran out of time when I did, because I wanted to keep going. Alright? But tomorrow we will continue on with that dungeon and see what else happens in the game. I don't know what else is going to happen, plot-wise. Maybe after you get out of the dungeon, things will you know, get better, get more exciting. There'll be more side content. I don't know. We shall see. Okay? So... yes, Yakuza 7 tomorrow. I'm excited for that. And then tomorrow night, a fun late-night stream of Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. 2-hour stream to end my streaming week, okay? On Tuesday, I am off from streaming. I will not be streaming on Tuesday. It's my day off for the week, and this week's a very busy week for me. I'm getting a haircut. I'm going to be looking for stuff for the upcoming Christmas marathon. So I got a lot on my plate for my day off. But when I come back on Wednesday, it will be more Yakuza 7 on the main gameplay stream. And then Wednesday night's stream is kind of uncertain, and here's why. It's going to basically be dependent on how things go today. if by some reason I don't beat Demon Souls today, I'll beat it Wednesday night, okay? If for some reason, well, I don't want to say for some reason, but if I don't beat Twin Mirror today, which is likely because apparently the game's 7 to 8 hours long, then maybe I can finish that on Wednesday night. Or if for some reason I'm just not feeling either of those games, I just want to do something different, I could do some Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Wednesday night, okay? So we'll see. We'll play it by ear, but Wednesday night is going to be some kind of a variety stream, okay? Then on Thursday, it is a full day release day coverage of Cyberpunk 2077. I am excited for this. I certainly hope you guys are excited for this as well. Cyberpunk, the game that's heavily anticipated for the longest time. Everyone has been wanting Cyberpunk, and finally it's happening. Yes, the game is actually releasing. People actually physically have copies of the game already, so it would be pretty bad if they tried to delay it again, because people already have the game. Alright? So, Cyberpunk, finally coming out. I'll be playing it all day long on Thursday. Both streams. Okay? Then, on Friday, I'll probably do a major stream of Cyberpunk, I'm thinking. Okay? And then I'm thinking, likely, I'll balance out with something on the night streams. Whether it'll be Call of Duty, whether it'll be Assassin's Creed. Again, if I need to beat Twin Mirror, you know, whatever it is that's lingering. That's what I will be doing. And I'm going to be basically playing Cyberpunk for a couple of days. And balancing it with other stuff. And then, once I do feel that maybe after playing 2-3 days of me playing the game, I'll probably take a break from it. Like, let's say I play it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then maybe Sunday, for variety's sake, instead of playing it another day, I'll do some Yakuza 7. Okay? And that's what it's going to be. My main gameplay streams are primarily going to be Cyberpunk, but there will be some variety with Yakuza 7 where I'll be balancing the two. As the main streams, and then the night streams will be Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Twin Mirror till I beat it, and then, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very strongly considering bringing back Street Fighter once a week, because I think finally this will be a good opportunity for me to bring back the Street Fighter streams. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll see how that goes. But that's my rough idea for now. Now, later this month, there's other things I could do. For example, Immortals Phoenix Rising came out a few days ago. People are basically saying it's pretty good. It's not like, oh my god, blow your socks off, amazing. But it's kind of like Zelda Breath of the Wild with some variations and a pretty cool world design and some good writing. So, I'm definitely considering playing that this month. Hey, if that Sackboy A Big Adventure game ever dips in price, I'll play it, but I'm not paying $60 for it. So, I'll consider that later on in the month if it takes a price dip, which I'm almost guaranteeing you it's going to. I would probably say January. It'll probably take a giant price dip. Almost guaranteed, I would think. The thing is, these launch titles for a console, they have a window in which people will buy them. Likely, a lot of people did not buy Sackboy at launch of PS5, but will probably get it for like a Christmas present or something. And then after that, no one's going to buy it ever again, so they're probably going to drop the price. So anyway, yeah, I definitely am interested in the game. I just don't want to spend $60 on it, okay? And there's other stuff I'm interested in doing this month too. I might play Age of Calamity or might not. It could be a cool late night chill stream. The thing is, I know that Cyberpunk, Yakuza 7, those two games are going to be very time consuming as my main gameplay streams. So, between those two, it's going to probably take me a couple of weeks at least to even get into a good place with those games before I'll consider, okay, maybe I've been playing the shit out of them and now I'll add in a third game as a main playthrough or something. Okay? We'll see. But anyway, yeah, it should be a good month. Keep in mind, some other events coming up this month. On the 23rd, which is a Wednesday, it is my Christmas Marathon event. All right, ladies and gents. During the Christmas Marathon event, I will be doing some fun variety of stuff. I'll be playing at least 2 multiplayer games, Call of Duty and Fall Guys. But in addition to that, I'll be playing games that you guys are nominating. How do you nominate games? Type exclamation point Christmas into the stream chat right now, and you can nominate games for this upcoming event. Sound good? I hope you will, because the more games that are nominated, the better. It gives me more of a thing to draw from when I'm looking for fun games for this marathon event. If you are going to nominate games, please keep in mind this is a marathon. What that means is that I'm going to be playing all day long, but I'm only going to be playing each game for about roughly an hour to an hour and a half. So nominating giant narrative-based games, RPGs, visual novels, you know what I mean? Things that have slow starts, and I will get absolutely nowhere in an hour and a half. It's probably a waste of your time, and you probably don't want to do that, okay? I'll also be dressing up during that day, trying to look nice and festive for all of you. And I'll also be drinking. I'm going to be looking for some Christmas-themed holiday ales, as well as some eggnog and maybe some hard liquor as well to drink during that event, as I usually do. So it should be a fun event. Hope you guys will join me for that on the 23rd. Then on the 24th, it is Ask the King, my Q&A show where I answer your questions live on the stream. And I haven't done one of these in over 2 months, so this should be fun. It's going to be holiday themed. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot of holiday themed questions for me, considering it'll be Christmas Eve when I'm doing the show. Okay, so I hope you'll join me for that. And that's going to be the main stream that day. There will be no night stream that day because it's Christmas Eve. I want to spend time with my family. But I figure that's a pretty cool day to do that. Now, if you want a chance to have your questions answered on the stream during the Christmas Eve special, please post them up by typing exclamation point Ask the King into the stream chat. That will bring up a link that you can go to the forums and post up your questions. Okay, guys? Sounds good? I hope so. And I certainly hope that you will join me for the Christmas festivities both on the 23rd and the 24th of this month. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, something else has been set up on the stream here. You may notice, if you look at the stream stats leaderboard that we've got at the bottom of the screen right now, you may notice that we have a subscriber goal set up for the month. So here's the thing. I know that in early November, there was a lot of gifted subscriptions to the channel because people wanted to make the subscriber goal happen so we could do this Christmas event. So I was expecting those gifted subs to expire. Well, they haven't. For whatever reason, they haven't yet. So rather than me sit around and wait forever, all right, I decided let's set up the subscriber goal. If we have a dip, we have a dip. What can you do? But I've set up the subscriber goal for 900 subscriptions. Okay? 900 subs. If we hit 900 concurrent subs at any point during the month of December, I'm bringing back the special retrospective event marathon. What is the retrospective event marathon? I'll tell you exactly what it is. You guys nominate your favorite moments from my over 12 years on the internet as a content creator. It could be anything. It could be gameplay or a playthrough. It could be a review, an edited style video. It could be a vlog. It could be a travel log. It could be anything for my 12 years as a content creator. Okay? So people have already had some interesting takes on what I should maybe be doing and looking back on. All right? So you nominate, and then we watch together on a marathon-style stream, and I react to that content. In a lot of cases, okay, I almost never watch back my own content. I stream or I record for YouTube and I upload, and that's it. I don't go back and watch the stuff later. I'm too busy, you know? I'm too busy making new content to go back and dwell on the past. So these retrospective events have been a great way for me to actually have an opportunity to go back and watch back stuff like this, okay? You guys have told me you really like these events. And in addition, the last retrospective event actually spawned the vest. That's right. The big thing of 2020 that changed my streams up. Wearing the vest after hitting the tips goal, the vest streak. Now we have vest emotes, animations, you know what I mean? Like, pretty awesome. Okay, and it's really awesome that you guys came up with this idea, not me. You guys said, oh, let's watch this video where Phil's wearing a vest, and then you wanted to see if I still had the vest, which I did. That prompted me to start wearing the vest as a reward when I hit the tips goal, and then I bought a bunch of vests for variety, right? Pretty awesome. So, we shall see what happens if we do another retrospective event, if we could actually spawn something else as cool, right? Anyway, that being said, I'm really excited and I'd love to do another retrospective event. But we have to hit 900 concurrent subs in the month of December in order for that to happen. So, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, you're missing out. I have over 40 emotes here on this channel that I also have a really cool chat crown to show you how long you've been an ongoing supporter. And if you do become a paid sub, you don't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks. So there's many benefits to being a paid subscriber to the channel. I certainly hope that you'll consider it. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it's the holiday season. 'Tis the season to maybe think about possibly gifting a subscriber to your fellow viewer. Maybe you want to buy a few, do a sub bomb to the channel to help out here, but also to help out the fellow viewer, right? Think about it. A lot of people are interested in doing it. Sadly, this year, Twitch is doing 0 discounts. I know this sucks. Usually, near the end of the year, Twitch does some kind of a cool promotion with subs. They are doing absolutely nothing this year. I don't know what is wrong with Twitch this year. They had a lot of things that were pretty negative, in my opinion. And this is just another one of them. It sucks, all right? But consider either subbing yourself if you're not a sub, or maybe gifting a sub to your fellow viewer. And if we hit 900 subs, that means the retrospective event is happening, all right? So consider it, all right, guys? Fair enough? All right. Outside of that, I just want to say thanks. Yesterday, you guys were very supportive, and I appreciate that. Thank you to anyone who contributes on my streams. Whether you cheer, sub, or tip, it all helps. Keep in mind, I'm an independent streamer. I do not have a contract with Twitch to stream here and make money. I do not have any sponsorships whatsoever with any company. I am not shilling for anyone. Everything that I say is 100% my truthful opinion on stuff on my streams. And I don't have to edit myself for anyone because of that. When you watch my streams, you're getting my genuine opinions on the games that I'm playing. And a lot of people absolutely love that about me, that I am not an agent for some game company and I don't have to only say positive shit or edit what I say or whatever. You know, when you watch my streams, you're getting 100% truthfulness out of me, okay? People love that, and they crowdfund me because of it. They love the fact that for 12 years, I've been the honest guy on the internet. And that's why people still to this day watch my content and they come and support it, all right? So I am 100% crowdfunded by you here on my streams. This is how I make my living. This is my income. And I appreciate anyone who contributes in any way, shape, or form to my streams, okay? So, if you cheer, sub, or tip, today I will give you a shout out during my stream as a way of saying thanks a lot for the contribution. Now, keep in mind, contributions are not mandatory on my streams. They're not expected. I consider it going above and beyond being a standard stream viewer to actually contribute to the stream, all right? And I want to say thank you in advance to anyone even considering contributing in any way. The preferred method of contribution is tipping, because when you tip me, those are funds that I get immediately that I can put towards something important, okay? Just being honest. And that being said, we have tips goals set up. For $50, if I raise $50 on this stream, I'll put on the gunner glasses. If we raise $100, I'll put on a vest. Now, last night, we did hit the tips goal, and I put on the platinum vest. Today, every other vest would be eligible, including the beige, the blue, the red, the camo, and the gray. All right? I would appreciate it if we did hit the tips goal. It helps me a ton, especially with the stuff I need to drop money on in the coming week, including Cyberpunk and a bunch of stuff for the Christmas Marathon. It would definitely help out with that. So please, guys, if you like the content, if you have enjoyed the Demon's Souls playthrough, as tedious and grueling as this game is to beat, it's coming to a conclusion, and it's a good way to say, gee, Phil, thanks for an awesome playthrough, would be to contribute today if you could, okay? Thank you very much to anyone who does. Again, in advance, I appreciate your contributions and your support of my streams. Okay, good shit. Let us now move on. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's not much to talk about today. Because, let's face it, the topic on everyone's mind is Cyberpunk. It's about to be out. Will it be good? Will it not be good? This is the ultimate verdict we're all waiting for. After the insane amount of wait that we've had for this game, we're all waiting to determine if this game will be any good. And I guess we're about to find out, right? Like, we're going to find out sooner rather than later what is the deal with Cyberpunk, okay? But it's funny for two reasons. I keep seeing every gamer on the internet is just constantly talking now about Cyberpunk because they're all excited now. Everyone's like, wow, this is so cool. It's finally coming out. Can't wait to see what the game is, yada, yada, yada. Of course. every, how can I put it? Games journalist, every gaming media personality on the internet is talking about the Game Awards. And it's funny to see the dichotomy between it, because they are on the same day. The release of Cyberpunk and the Game Awards aren't exactly the same day. And to me, it's kind of like, you can see the big difference if you follow the trends on social media, gaming trends and the like. You could see the difference between the two groups of people. You know, one person sitting there so excited for games coming out. I'm so genuinely excited. I'm in the middle of like 4 playthroughs right now, and the Cyberpunk's about to come out. It's going to, knock our socks off, and this is going to be a great gaming week. And then you got someone else who's just tweeting about the Game Award. Oh, I can't wait to see this celebrity at the Game Awards. And I hope this game wins at the Game Awards. Like, what? Like, it's completely two different groups, Is there some crossover? Of course. But if you're a genuine gamer right now, you're probably so excited by the games that are out and people are playing, you could give two shits about the Game Awards, right? Like, who cares about that? I'm playing great games. This is the best time of the year. This is the best time in many years right now for many gamers, because we have so many great games out. All right? And I mean, I'm one of them. I'm having so much. I'm telling you guys, the last 3 weeks have been some of the best weeks of streaming I feel I've ever had with this console launch of the PlayStation 5. The games are outstanding. The graphics are a huge improvement. Unlike PS4, where, yeah, they kind of look a little better. PS5 is like 60 frames, much better graphics. Like, this is a really cool. Immediately, the first few weeks of a console generation launch, you're seeing dramatic increases in how games are performing. And in fact, I would even say this. At the end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 3, we started seeing some amazing games. Like, I'll be honest, The Last of Us 1, okay, looked so cool. All right, it did. It looked so cool. And then PlayStation 4 came out. It's like, well, a lot of the PS4 games kind of look like Last of Us graphics, right? But I'm telling you, like, the graphical upgrade is huge. The jump from PS4 to PS5 has been huge for me, at least, okay? So, I certainly hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves with all the games that we're playing right now and how good of an increase has been. But this is what I'm seeing, this dichotomy again with the gaming community. You got people who, okay, I write about games. I talk on social media all day about games. I cover games. And the Game Awards are on the 10th, and I'm so excited. But then you got people who are like, fuck, who cares? Fucking playing games and having fun, dude. Right? I'm really enjoying myself with games right now. I'll be honest with all of you. You guys know what I'm going to be doing on the 10th. I'll be playing Cyberpunk all day. I don't give two shits what happens at the Game Awards. I really don't. I don't care what games are announced. I don't care what games win. If there are new games announced at the Game Awards, great. I'll get caught up after. I'll be playing Cyberpunk. I'm all about playing the games and enjoying gaming, because that's what it's all about. Not sitting there at a fucking award show, right? Who cares? Now, the other thing that's going on, which I find hilarious, and I don't know why people think that this is shocking. The final round of fan voting, viewers' choice voting for the Game Awards is happening right now, okay? And the final games are, let me think about this. It was Doom Eternal, Hades, The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and I want to say Ori, the latest Ori game, I think are the top 5, the final 5 games that you can vote on for Game of the Year. Okay? Now, keep in mind, this is viewers' choice, meaning the viewers' voices actually matter. It's not the special jury of selected media outlet people who are voting. Instead, it's actual people who sat down, paid for games, played the games themselves that are voting. All right? Now, here's the funny part about this poll. All right? Oh, the last game is Miles Morales. It's not Ori. Oh, okay. I guess Ori got eliminated. I got confused between the two. So anyway, people are voting. And every round, there's been several rounds of this voting up to now. Okay? Every round of this voting up to now, Ghost of Tsushima has won. by several percentage points. It's not just like, oh, a minor thing. It's like maybe like 2, 3, 4. One of them, I think, was like 5%. It was always in the lead, okay? Now, this is the final round of voting between now and when the Game Awards actually happen on Thursday. Last of Us 2 is in a big lead by like 10%. And people on the internet are shocked. Oh my God, this is a conspiracy. All right? No, it's not. People are just ridiculous. All right? Here's what happened. All right? You have rounds of voting. And when you have rounds of voting for a show like this, there were people who were voting for certain games. Maybe you really liked Ori and you wanted Ori to win this year. Maybe you really liked Animal Crossing and you wanted Animal Crossing to win. So people were voting on various games. Okay? And each round, certain games got eliminated. So each round, people couldn't vote for those games anymore, and they had to choose another game to vote for. Okay? We're now in the final round. And I'll tell you exactly what happened. You ready? People who were voting for other games that have been eliminated said, well, I'm invested now. I've been voting on every round of this thing. So I'm going to throw my hat into the ring. It's not going to be the game that I want to win because it's already been eliminated. But I'm going to vote for another game. All right? Now, I want you to think about this. If the game you actually want to win is gone, what kind of game are you going to vote for? Well, what game this year had a giant controversial take on the internet about it that you were either 100% staunchly loved this game because of its representation, because it took narrative artistic chances, and it ended up being an insane bestseller, and the person who co-wrote the game just became the co-president of fucking Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? Or you were on the other side of the fence, and you hated the game. You felt the storytelling and the writing was absolutely terrible. You felt that there were messages that were ham-handed and forced through that were really cheesy, like revenge is bad. You see what I mean? There's a super controversial, polarizing game this year. All right? But, unless you were actually one of the people who didn't like the game, you might not even know that there was legit criticism of the game, because guess what? It was all basically grouped together with some idiotic morons who decided that because they don't like this game, they're going to harass the shit out of the people who made the game. They're going to send them death threats. They're going to harass them on every piece of social media. They're going to go to Metacritic and review bomb the game down into oblivion. You know, some of the most dumb fuck things you can possibly do if you don't like a game, and the things that I would never ever condone. It's some of the most immature, stupid behavior an idiot can do. If you don't like a game, voice your opinion, make a review of it explaining why, and move on. But these people are so stupid that they decided to do these dumb fuck things. Now, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you, Naughty Dog is not stupid. Naughty Dog saw the opportunity. They said, oh man, our plot for our game leaked like 2 months early. And they were actually afraid this was going to affect their sales in a big way. So they took the opportunity of these morons and they turned them into a straw man argument. They basically turned it from, there's a small group of idiots who are harassing us and it's not right, to everyone who doesn't like The Last of Us 2 is a bigot. They don't like representation, they don't like strong women, and because of that, that's why the game is being criticized the way it is. How dare they do that? Stand up against bigotry. Stand up and be a part of the movement of representation in games. Stand up for games that take artistic chances and be a rebel. Buy The Last of Us 2. Play The Last of Us 2 and share your love of The Last of Us 2 all over the internet. And it worked. That straw man argument of turning every valid criticism of The Last of Us 2 into you're a bigot actually worked. They won over hundreds of thousands of people with this argument and made it feel like actually playing The Last of Us 2 was a feel-good progressive movement. All right? That, I'll be honest with you, is it morally wrong? Yes, it's morally wrong to do that. At the same time, it's a brilliant business move. Brilliant! The Last of Us 2 became one of the best-selling games of all time. Because of it, right now, on social media, if you say a negative thing about The Last of Us 2 that's actually intelligent, if you actually criticize the pacing of the game, the storytelling elements used in the game, and say that they're not very good, you will be attacked by people who consider themselves, I'm not exaggerating, progressive warriors or SJWs, and they feel that because you said something bad about the game they love, or they've been tasked to love because it's a progressive movement, they will call you a bigot, they'll call you ignorant, they'll say you're a sexist. It's happened to me. Even though I've never criticized the game once for the elements that they're telling me that I don't like the game for. I could care less that Abby is a strong woman. I could care less that there are homosexual relationships in this game. Why the fuck would I care? That's not the points that I'm making when I criticize the game. But I've personally seen this firsthand happen on the internet. Why? Because the game makers were smart. They latched on to the negativity and spun it into a progressive movement for positiveness for their game. Now, the problem is, when you do this, you create a cult mentality of people, and they're actually thinking the game is good because if I think the game is good, I'm part of this feel-good group and I'm doing the right thing. Right? That's just what it is. You actually, like, I'm part of a progressive movement if I actually buy this game and play it and like it. That's how people feel. It's pretty crazy that this is what's happened. All right? So when you're looking at the voting, the viewers' choice voting, up until the last round, gamers have outright said Ghost of Tsushima was the best game of 2020. Right? All of a sudden in the last round, a bunch of games have been knocked out of the rankings. You can't vote for them anymore. So if you can't vote for the game that you truly feel is game of the year, what are you going to do? You want to be part of the movement. You want to be part of the feel-good movement, man. So even if you didn't even play Last of Us 2, you're probably going to go vote for it because you feel, oh, I'm doing something good by doing this. When The Last of Us 2 wins, this is going to be a win for representation in games. This is going to be a win for thinking outside the box. And I'm standing up for game developers who were attacked and had death threats all year. So I'm voting for The Last of Us 2, bro. And that's what happens. That's exactly what's happening right now. This is not rocket science. I already said The Last of Us 2 is going to win Game of the Year, and The Last of Us 2 will likely win the fan voting now as well, simply because of these reasons. You can not like the game, and it's okay. You can like the game, and it's okay. I just hope that people who like the game are actually using their brains and not just being fucking sheep, you know? That's all I have to say. Like, I'm just tired of people being stupid. And, you know, the same reason why over the years I've been so critical of people who love games like Destiny and shit. Tell me 3 good reasons why at launch Destiny was an amazing game. Right? No one can. Maybe later on you can say, okay, Destiny had amazing raids. Destiny had amazing, you know, group playing with your friends later on. At launch, Destiny was terrible, yet Destiny was one of the best-selling games of all time at that time. Why? And this is just another, yet another case of a game that, in my opinion, when you factually look at the game, doesn't look so great, but whatever. It's going to be lauded as one of the best games of all time, based on a cultural movement, not on actual enjoyment of the game. So, I don't foresee things changing. I think Last of Us 2 is just going to sweep the awards. And I won't care, because I'll be here playing Cyberpunk. I don't give 2 fucks. I just don't. Let it win and let it be meaningless. As you guys know, I've never cared about the Game Awards anyway. I've always said they don't mean anything. They're completely, it's just PR is what it is. It's a fucking advertisement show. So why the hell would I give 2 shits about the Game Awards? Look who they've got presenting at the Game Awards. Celebrities. The fuck do they have to do with games? Right? Anyone remember that amazing game that's starring Brie Larson and Gal Gadot and that guy from fucking sports broadcasting whose name I always forget? Oh yeah, that was the best game I ever played. Wait, what? Who the fuck cares about that shit? No one. I'm playing video games and enjoying myself and streaming. I don't care about a garbage award show. But this is the problem, is that people do. Everyone who championed The Last of Us 2 will be watching the Game Awards and acting like it's some fucking super important thing. They will be talking all the end of the year. Last of Us 2 swept the Game Awards. Oh, Last of Us 2 so good. Last of Us 2. Shut the fuck up about Last of Us 2. No one cares about the fucking game anymore. We're tired of hearing about it. You guys tell me every morning you're tired when I talk about it. Who cares about this fucking stupid game anymore? It's in the past, and I just want to forget it ever existed because it ruined a franchise for me. You know? My blinds are not correct. I have to fix them. They're bothering me. Hold on. My blinds are crooked. Why are they crooked? It's kind of weird. They're still crooked. I don't know. Well, they're likely crooked because of the air conditioner. You know, for half the year I have the air conditioner in. The blinds aren't straight because they're always up on the right hand side because of the ventilation of the air conditioner. So anyway, they're bothering me. Anyway, yeah, so that's really it for again, news today. There's really not much going on in gaming news because it's just everyone's waiting for Cyberpunk or everyone's yelling about the Game Awards and Last of Us 2. It's like two completely disconnected groups of people who don't intersect because no one cares. Okay. I was trying to think, is there anything else? Meh. Not really. People keep wanting me to talk about blind playthrough being removed from Twitch. Why? It's not even like a controversial thing. Why do you want me to talk about this? Fine. The term blind playthrough has been removed from Twitch. It used to be something that would actually be like on a stream in your tags, and they took it out and said you can't do it because it's offensive. Although Super Blind Man actually posted about it the other day, and he said, I don't find it offensive at all. I understand what they're getting at when they say blind playthrough. I'm not taking personal offense. I personally think cold playthrough sounds better, because when you say blind playthrough, it kind of is saying like you've never seen anything about the game at all, right? Like you don't even know what the game is, which isn't really what a blind playthrough is meant to be. A blind playthrough is meant to be saying you didn't play the game previously, you didn't spoil yourself on major parts of the game, you're not looking up a guide, you're trying to play it the first time honestly, you know what I mean? A first time honest, non-spoiled experience, right? That's really what it is, but that's not blind. Blind would imply you never know, you know nothing about the game at all. I don't even know what this game is, right? That's not what really it is, though. That's a cold playthrough, because a cold playthrough means you didn't warm yourself up to the game. You didn't watch things about the game that spoiled, but you're playing it completely cold without any prerequisite knowledge of the challenges you're going to face. That means you're playing it cold, see? I would say cold playthrough is more representative, not blind playthrough. Now you want to say, what's a real blind playthrough? When Super Blind Man plays a game, because he's blind. That's a real blind playthrough. Right? So maybe, I mean, I think he should be able to use it. Right? Anyway, I think it is silly that they removed it. I wasn't aware that there was a giant group of people complaining about this at all. Like, who was complaining about this exactly? Here's the thing. Everyone says in the modern era, everyone's too touchy about everything, right? And I have to agree. Sadly, people just get all fucking worked up in a tizzy about stupid shit all the time, okay? What it means is that we all have two easy lives. If you have no actual struggle in your life of anything, you sit on the internet and complain about stupid things that don't matter, okay? Everyone's too sensitive in the modern era. That's just my take. If blind people actually had gotten together and said, yes, we're finding this offensive, then maybe we should re-examine it. But if no one's complaining, why the fuck are we changing something? You know? I just don't get it. Anyway, there you go. Let's get to shout-outs, shall we? Okay. All right, let's see here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What is that? Okay. Overnight cheers. Golden Colts cheered overnight, and he said, you like pies with meat in them. I love a good shepherd's pie or even a Lebanese... What? A Lebanese... Fattier? I have no idea how to say that. With beef and onions. I have never had a pie with meat in it before. That's the truth. I've never. I've never, ever, in my life, had a pie with meat in it. I like food with meat in it. Like, I've had pot pies, right? I wouldn't consider that what he's talking about, though. He's talking about, like, a traditional pie that has meat in it. My wife has said the shepherd's pie is really good. I've never had a shepherd's pie. Sounds good, but I've never had it. I probably would love it. Now, if you're considering pot pies, then yeah, I've had pot pies. I love pot pies. Chicken pot pie, I've had many, many times in my life. Oh man, it's so good with the carrots, the peas. It depends on what they put in it too. Sometimes onions, celery, slow cooked inside there with that creamy whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. And of course the chicken. Oh, dude, it's mad good. It's very good. So pot pie, I love. I've never had another kind of pie though. Like I've never had a shepherd's pie or anything like that before. Wow, Super Slate says, meat pies are British garbage. Wow, that's kind of fucked up. The last Rambo cheered, and he said, "What logical reasons are there to delegitimize QT platformers from costing $60 forever and ever?" It's very simple. It's called scale. All right, it's called scale. Do you know what that means? It means that when you scale something, it means that you're actually going to measure and compare it to everything else out in the landscape. And this is not just for gaming, it's for anything. Okay? But for me, you got to look at scaling the value of a game against everything else that's out there. All right? Right now, I'm currently playing many games, right? Many of these games were full retail price. Demon's Souls, I played for over 20 hours. Looks like we're going to beat it today. I'll probably clock in around 23 to 25 hour playthrough. Yakuza 7 is going to be an insanely long game. Cyberpunk's going to be an insanely long game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to be an insanely long game. Spider-Man Miles Morales, 10-hour story. If you do all the side content, probably 15 hours, $50. That game is overpriced, in my opinion, because I'm scaling it against all the other games that I'm currently playing right now. You see? That's what you do. You compare the games you're playing and compare things like value, amount of gameplay, etc. All right? In regards to Sackboy A Big Adventure, all right? This is a game that likely is very entertaining, likely has some really unique mechanics in it when it comes to, what's in the game and, exactly what to expect. If you've played Little Big Planet before, you've seen some really genius level design, right? Some really cool mechanics and creative things when it comes to what you're doing in these platforming stages. It's very fun in that regard. That you're going to usually play some really original things when you play a Little Big Planet game, at least when you're playing the game dev created content. Obviously, when user created content can be insane, but game dev created content, usually the campaign is quite good, okay? But limited length. I mean, most of the Little Big Planet campaigns, if I remember correctly, what are they, like 5 to 10 hours long? I can't remember exactly how long. I just remember they're not super long. They're short and sweet experiences. And I've always criticized Little Big Planet, and I said, if you're not going to create the stages, and if you don't really care about sitting there and playing user-generated stages, which could be incredibly hit or miss, you don't really get a lot of value out of Little Big Planet. This is a game that the campaign usually can be beaten in 2-3 sittings, and then you'll never play the game again. So paying full retail price for it is kind of a ripoff. Okay? I've always said this about Little Big Planet. So now, in the modern day, they come out with a game that's not called Little Big Planet. It's called Sackboy A Big Adventure, because they've removed the level creator tools, and they've removed the online component where you can play other people's user-created levels. It's just a campaign. Now, I'll admit, they likely have added in more content. It's probably not just a 5 to 10 hour campaign. Maybe it's 15 hours or something now, right? Maybe 20 if you do everything and you go for all the collectibles. Fine. But you got to compare that to everything else out there. You took a game that had more content previously. You removed 2/3 of the content of the game. And you're releasing a game that's going to be beaten relatively quickly compared to a lot of other games out there that are being sold for exactly the same price. Okay? Now, admittedly, it's different. It's a platformer. It's going to be a different kind of game, different kind of challenges or whatever. All right? But 2020 is not 2010. It's not 10 years ago when the climate was very different for games, okay? We've been there and done that with Little Big Planet. We know exactly what to expect. You know what you'll be doing when you play the game. It'll be fun. Don't get me wrong. I do like those campaigns, but is it $60 fun? No. No. You know, it's not. It's not, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, you can disagree. I don't feel that compared to all the other games that I'm playing, compared to the price I'm paying for all these other games, I don't feel that a Sackboy platformer that's going to finish in like 10, 15 hours is going to be a good value for or bang for the buck. It's just not. Okay? Others might disagree. Others, maybe platformers are your absolute favorite kind of game. And if that's the case, and this is exactly what you've been waiting for, you know, good for you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, but I can't, in my right mind, I can't drop $60 on this game. All right? And by the way, it's not that I don't want to play it. I do. But I'm going to wait for it to drop in price. And by the way, it's going to drop in price. Absolutely. This is $60 because it's a launch title. It would not be $60. If this were not a PS5 launch title, they would not be selling it for $60. No one would buy it. They're taking advantage of the fact that this is a launch title for PS5. Within a couple months, I guarantee you the price of this game will drop, and then I will get it. Okay? So there you go. Golden Cold Cherry says, I miss the days when you would drink Mountain Dew Kickstarts through the beginning of the stream. Can you kill a can on stream one of these days for old time's sake? I stopped drinking any kind of sugary drinks on stream because I'm not kidding you. It was actually hurting my teeth. Like, what would happen is I would drink the Mountain Dew Kickstart. I would get my energy. It would feel good. And then at the end, you know, I would go brush my teeth, and my teeth would actually hurt. They would feel sensitive because that sugar had sat on my goddamn teeth all day while I was streaming, you know, hours. You know, I drink one at the beginning of the stream, that's 4 or 5 hours or whatever. And I go to brush my teeth, they felt terrible. All right, so I legitimately stopped drinking sugary drinks because my teeth were actually hurting from them. Okay? Now, I either have a coffee in the morning, in which case there's no sugar. Maybe I put a tiny bit of creamer in, which is a tiny bit of sugar, but nothing significant compared to like a sugary-ass soda. All right? Or, as you guys know, I'll also maybe do like a Mio water, which has 0 sugar in it, and I put that in my water and drink that. So if I need a caffeine boost, that's what I do. But you're right, I don't drink the Mountain Dew anymore because it actually was legitimately hurting my teeth. Isn't cherry juice a sugary drink? Dude, if you think cherry juice is a sugary drink, you've never actually drank cherry juice. First of all, it's a different kind of sugar. Natural sugar versus high fructose corn syrup are very different. In addition, no, actual cherry juice has a very little sugar content. It's actually quite tart. Very tart. It's not meant to be, it's not like a juice mix. Like, the thing is, a lot of these juices you buy at the store aren't real juice. They're, a juice blend, where you think you're buying cranberry juice, but what you've actually bought was an apple juice, grape juice, cranberry juice blend, and it's only 20% real juice, and most of it is sugar. Very different. This is what I drink is the pure juice. And by the way, when I drink that at dinner, I brush my teeth right after. Whenever I eat a meal, if I'm not out and about, if I'm at home and I eat a meal, I brush my teeth right after. So that way that sugar doesn't linger on my teeth. So, but no, that's actually why I stopped drinking the Mountain Dews. I can't. If I drank one right now, I'm serious. Like, if I don't brush my teeth right away, I would actually get, like, tooth pain. Super duper sensitivity on my teeth from the sugar. So, that's why I stopped drinking it. Phantasy Star PG Cheers says, Can we go in PS5 settings, turn off features that make DualSense special for PS5 only games, yet people can't use PS4 controller on PS5 only games? How does that logically make sense? Huh? Let me read that again. Should make sense of this. Okay, Okay, I think what Phantasy Star PG is saying is he wishes you could use your PlayStation 4 controller on the PlayStation 5. And he doesn't understand because he's saying the unique thing about the DualSense controller is the haptic feedback, right? And if you can go into your settings on your PlayStation 5 and you can disable all of the haptic feedback features, then why is it that you can't just use a PlayStation 4 gamepad on the PS5, which would pretty much be the equivalent? Now, I certainly am not a technical genius. I don't know about the specs of the PS4 controller versus the PS5 controller. I don't know if there's actually significant hardware differences between them. I would say the thumbsticks feel almost identical. Okay? The face buttons certainly feel different to me. They do. They feel like they're a little bit different in design. Also, the D-pad seems to have been redesigned. It feels like a very different style of D-pad. I would say the triggers, even if you disable the haptic feedback, the triggers still feel a little different as well. And the touchpad, I believe, has some added features. Also, isn't it true that the DualSense controller has multiple microphones built into it that can be used as a normal mics, while the PS4 controller has a mic, but it's like different, right? I don't know. What I would think it is that they really want you to use the DualSense for various reasons. And developers are developing games for the DualSense. They're not developing games on PlayStation 5 that are PS5 exclusives or the PS5 versions of games. They're not developing them for PS4 controllers. And maybe what they're afraid of is they want you to get the optimal gaming experience. They don't want you to spend $70 on a new game and now the game doesn't control right because you're opting to play it on a PS4 controller. Okay? And maybe that's off base. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe they should allow the PlayStation 4 controller for all games. They do allow it, but only for PlayStation 4 games. For example, right now, I could play Yakuza 7 with my PS4 controller for my PS4 Pro. I don't actually need to use my PS5 controller. But if I try to play a PS5 version of a game, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or Black Ops, or Demon Souls, I need to use the DualSense. It will not work with the PS4 controller. Okay? So, I kind of see your point. At the same time, I think Sony, they kind of... Here's the thing, too. The reason this is an issue is because Xbox allows you to use whatever, right? Like, you can use an Xbox One controller for every single game on Xbox Series X or S. And so people are like, oh, if Microsoft can do it, why can't Sony? It could be very simple. If you take a look at the Xbox Series S or X controller, it's almost identical to the Xbox One. I think they changed the D-pad. But outside of that, it's pretty much exactly the same. They didn't really change anything. The PS5 controller actually is a major improvement from the PS4, in my opinion. I feel that the form factor of the controller is way more natural and comfortable for the hands. And it does feel like it's better controls than the last gen. I just like the controller better. It looks like Microsoft didn't even really try. All they did was like, oh, here's a new pad, right? So, that would be my take. But, I don't know. I don't work for Sony. But that would be my take, as a gamer. That's what I would think. Alright, so now we get the people who contributed during today's actual stream. Overnight cheers. And Alexander Rossi cheered and said, PewDiePie's playing Demon Souls. Are you worried he will eat into your viewership? Yes, I know that as soon as I get to gameplay, you're all going to rush to the PewDiePie stream immediately. Alright, you're going to invade his stream. Because you know he's going to give you that get good gameplay that you expect from a Soulsborne streamer. You know that he is the core audience for Soulsborne viewers. That's who they go and watch. Just like me. Everyone knows when you watch me play Soulsborne, you're watching one of the best gamers in the world, right? I mean, do I even have to answer this? I think this guy's fucking around. Eternal Napalm cheered. 100 bits. That's the biggest cheer of the day so far. So let's get him back. Let's get him on the leaderboard. Oh, fuck. There we go. Wait. What am I doing? It's 100 bits. I don't know what I'm doing today. The sun just came out, and now it's so bright in my office, I have to close the blinds. I'm serious. After I just fucked with the blinds, I have to close them now. The stupid sun came out. Ugh. Okay. Alright. So Eternal Napalm did a 100-bit cheer. And he says, I remember years ago, only like in 2018, so like 2 years ago. Hold on. Your subs were only in like the 400s. It's definitely been fun seeing the natural growth of your channel. You have a lot to be proud of. Your hard work and dedication to creating great content is being met with success. Yes, and you know, listen, it's a combination. First of all, people are very supportive of me and my content because they understand that I'm not like everyone else out there. I have 0 sponsorships, can't get them because of the trolls. And I wouldn't get these ones that were shill sponsorships regardless. That's not the kind of person that I am. I don't have a sponsorship contract with Twitch to stream and make money streaming. They understand the reason I exist is because of them. Like, you guys know I'm here directly because of you. You guys support my content. That's why I'm here. So what's happened is in the last 3.5, 4 years that I've been a full-time streamer, people have finally realized that I'm more than a meme. More than a meme. They come to the streams and they're like, wow, people shit on this guy constantly, but his streams are actually quite informative, fun, interesting, interactive, and I like this content and I'm going to support it. Okay? In addition, there are people who come here and are like, well, I want to help out other people who like this content. Maybe I'll gift a bunch of subs. And we do have people who frequently gift a ton of subs to the channel. Now, by the way, the sub count on this channel goes up and down very frequently. You'll notice that. All right? This year, subs have been up, for sure. Okay? Previously, I would say before 2020, the subs would kind of fluctuate between maybe high 400s to maybe low to mid 600s. Now, as you guys have seen the past few months, it's usually between 7 to 800. Okay? That's great. Now, is that natural growth? Or is that a couple people dropping a bunch of sub bombs? It's a combination, actually. Because what happens is people get gifted a sub, they enjoy the fact that they're getting so many emotes, and then they say, I want to continue this, right? That's the other thing, too, is that over the past few years, if you haven't noticed, tons of emotes added to the channel, right? Like, there's a lot of benefits to being a sub, and these only have gotten better over the years. You know, me adding pertinent emotes this month, we have the special emotes for the PS5, we had special emotes for Halloween, you know, people like that. They like that level of interactivity with the channel. It's not just the same thing always, just added things that get added to the rotation and change up. You know, people like that a lot. So, it's a combo. If we had 0 gifted subs today, where would I be? I would guess probably between 500 and 600 subs. I would actually guess that we probably have 200-300 gifted subs on this channel. Seriously. But at the same time, that's still better than how I was doing anyway. You're right, there is growth on this channel. And that's a great thing. So, and by the way, some people are just don't understand what that term means. Because they'll look at things like pure viewership and be like, well, in general, this year compared to last year, you actually have like 20 less viewers per stream or something stupid like that. It doesn't even matter. So what you're telling me is that less outsider eyes of people who maybe would come here and shit on me, right, aren't here. But there's more people who are dedicated to the content, like what I do, and support the channel than ever before. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if a few, people off the street didn't come in to make fun of me for 5 minutes and leave on a stream. What happened is we have more people who like the content and are willing to support it. That's growth. I'm not going to blow up overnight and become a huge streamer. It's not going to happen, okay? I'm not going to become a ginormously famous streamer on Twitch. I'm going to be someone who is going to find success from having a viewer base that appreciates what I do and is dedicated to allowing me to continue to succeed and do what I love, not bringing in viral viewers off of Twitch. It's a different kind of success, and it's just as, if not more important than raw viewership, okay? So thank you, Eternal Napalm. I appreciate that. KH Knight, to me $4.20. First tip of the day, and they're giving me significant help on how to find the crafting items today, which I need. So let's read this. Hold on. Okay. So here's what KH Knight has to say. You can farm Sharpstone from the lizards in 2-2. I think it's the lizards right at the beginning. You can find 2 at the bottom of the first elevator. And 9 more at the bottom of the nest down the wide tunnel. Bring plenty of arrows. They're weak to pierce attacks and archstone shards for fast teleports. So, 2 at the bottom of the first elevator. if I remember, that's not... So we're not going to run the way where you go down the tunnel and fight the worms. We're going to go the other direction and go down the elevator shaft, you're saying. Wait, I know exactly what you're saying. Because you're right, that lava area. Yeah. That lava area. And by the way, if I wanted to, I could probably go and clear out Tutu entirely now. Because now I have the ability to actually hurt those big-ass fucking lizards, right? Maybe we'll do a quick run through Tutu. And go to the lava area and explore the caves, kill them all off, and get as many shards as we can. Because now I have the ability to do it. I've upgraded my weapons. I can actually hurt those fuckers, which I couldn't do before. Alright, thank you for the tip. We'll see. I definitely need shards. I need to, like I said, I want to upgrade my weapons. Jadev cheers. In social media, the predominant part of people care due to A, game reveals. I need to talk about the Game Awards. B, game updates for upcoming titles. E3 because E3 is dead. And C, actual awards and controversies. Okay, thank you for the cheer. 50-bit Big cheer. He says, we get it. You hate Last of Us 2. I don't hate Last of Us 2. Never said I did. It had a bad plot. If people disagree with you, they think you're a bigot. If it will win the Game Awards because the media loves SJW stuff, you say the same thing every stream. We get it. Make your own award show. I do have my own award show. Well, it's not a show. It's my own awards countdown. I do it every year. Did you know that? I call it the Bigot Awards. And all I do is I just count down the most bigoted games of the year. Because, of course, this is what these people would say about me on social media. The Bigot Awards! Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Anyway. Ninstar Rune Cheer said, Twitch's name is offensive to the epileptic. Viewers is also offensive to blind users. I demand action be taken immediately. Alright, let's do it. Let's take them down. Alright, so I got a $1.30 anonymous tip from someone. Thank you to this person. Appreciate that. I just screwed up. But it's okay. I'll fix it. There we go. Okay. Indeed Jabs to $3 says, has your PS5 frozen? What's your honest opinion on PS5? Is it worth the hype? My PS5 is not frozen a single time. However, I feel the reason that my PS5 is not having issues is because I've avoided the things that people were reporting that were causing issues. For example, people are saying if you leave your games in suspend mode on PS5 and you go do other stuff and you try to go back to the game, it could completely corrupt stuff on your PS5. Now, I've used suspend mode, but usually if I do, it's only because I'm going to come right back to the game later that day. Like, for example, when I play Cyberpunk on Thursday and I finish my first stream, I may suspend the game and come back to it later that day. I don't play multiple games, leave them in suspension, and jump between the games. I don't, for example, I'm not playing Spider-Man, suspend it, go watch Netflix for 3 hours, and then try to go back to Spider-Man. That's what people were actually saying was fucked up. They would do that, go back, and now Spider-Man would crash, and it would say your hard drive's corrupted, and you'd have to go through this whole reformat process to even get your PS5 to work again. Okay? So I've had zero problems with that. I also have not had a single game crash on me in the 3 weeks I've been playing this thing constantly. So it sounds like there definitely are issues with the PS5, but they're very specific issues that I have not put myself into those situations yet. Indeed, Jabs with another $1 said, I agree, not everyone has time for the longer games. I'd rather get a game like Spider-Man that's short and sweet versus grinding boring side missions and repetitive content for the sake of saying it has content. More content isn't always better. And you're absolutely right. That is actually an important point. When it comes to games, everyone's looking for something different. And just because there's quantity does not mean that there's quality. You're absolutely correct in that regard. I definitely look at that when I gauge what games I'm going to play. I definitely, say weigh and balance, right? A game like Far Cry has a ton of open world grindy style content that isn't necessarily meaningful, you know? Same thing with Assassin's Creed. Let's be honest. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Spider-Man Miles Morales, these games that have the collection quest shit. Not super exciting. Versus a game that has meaningful quests. I think the game to this day that did the best with that was Witcher 3. Witcher 3, like every piece of side content felt like a unique story. It was really well done in that regard. Randy O. Butternut did $4.20 tip and says, you can use your PS5 controller on PS3. I don't know why, but you can. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird, right? And you can use it on a PC as well. So people are buying the DualSense to use it on their computers, which is kind of cool. Rufio did a 50-bit cheers. His 50-bit bitch. Cheer to commemorate you reading my ban appeal and giving me another opportunity. Shout out to Cat and Jasper. Yes. Welcome back, Rufio. Under a different name, but welcome back. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah, he reigns. Just gifted 47 subscriptions to the channel. We'll let that settle for a moment. I'll keep doing shout-outs. We'll let that settle for a moment. Let's keep doing regular shout-outs. Sean Slayer 1187 did a 100-bit cheer and said, loving your PlayStation 5 coverage. It's been my favorite. I loved your and I have loved your content for years. I am happy to hear that. I really do feel like people have been loving the PS5 stuff recently. People have told me as much, that they really enjoy it. And they're having a great time with me, seeing me play all the new games. At my own pace, because I'm not rushing through them. I'm taking my time to do, full detailed playthroughs, because plenty of people who did play PS5 shit and rushed right through it. I beat the game in 3 days. Yeah, but you didn't do any of the content. You just rushed through it to say you beat a PS5 game in 3 days and pump a playthrough on the internet instead of actually caring about it. And that's what I've been doing, trying to take my time. And I know, listen, I understand. People are kind of like, man, look how long it is taking you to play this game or that game. Yep, but you know what? At least the playthroughs are meaningful and I'm enjoying myself, and I don't feel like I'm missing a lot of shit, So, thank you. Very nice message. I appreciate that. Melody Zelda did 2 cheers. First, he says, will you get an Xbox Series X at Walmart online? Oh. Excuse me. He says, you can get Xbox Series X on a Walmart site for $1,400. What? What? Why would they be selling it? The Xbox Series X for $1,400. It's a retail store. They don't sell it for above price. Unless you're saying maybe there's a bundle or something. Maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe he's saying there's a bundle or something. All right. Hallelujah, he reigns. Gifted subs to the following people. Bring back the Great Pump, Bowser D, Tenebrous Blacksmith, Don Dorito, Oracle Aura, Co-Efficient, Kinky Spatula, Titan Shark, Scarlet Suzuka, Nam the Great, Lexamar, Tasty Muffin, Warm Poo, Diction, Dynamite Hetty, Theo Does Streams, Exo Chaos, Voter Fraud, Nefarious Acts, Rainbow Blanca, Julie Blue, Well PXD, Crazy Spanks, Goober Fruits, Emax, CJ Bone 542, Like Clockwork, LS08, Mental Midget, Fall Dren X, Misakatron, Vecnos 23, Blightnin, Dixon Deep, Goku Double Double, Goku Double Double, Goku Double O, is what I meant to say, Cobalt Costello, Toxic Truth, Covenant, Kurajishi, ugh, I screwed that one up, Ozen, Impulse 2700, Matrix Noir, Mocking Jaybird, R.E. Avenger, I Cured It With My Brain, Clean Up on Aisle 7, and Be the Colonel. Congratulations to the 47 people who just received those gifted subs. Obviously, thank Hallelujah, he reigns. And obviously, Hallelujah, he reigns. Thank you so much for the insane amount of gifted subs. I'm assuming you were trying to get us to hit the subscriber goal. According to Twitch, we have hit the subscriber goal. We have hit 912 subscriptions. Okay? Awesome. All right, so we've hit the tier 1 sub goal. All right? Now, that means we'll be doing a retrospective event come sometime in January. All right? Now, don't get ahead of yourselves, everybody. We're not going to start nominations or anything for that yet. Right now, people are nominating games for the Christmas event, and they're posting up their questions for Ask the King. So chances are, once those events happen, maybe last week of this month, that's when I'll start the nominations process for the upcoming retrospective event. But it is a lock. It is going to happen. Okay? Now, is there a tier 2 subscriber goal? Yes. What is it? Very simple. Ask the King. Excuse me. Oh my God. I can't speak. I really can't speak anymore. DSP Tries It. We're doing a special holiday-themed DSP Tries It during the Christmas event. I need to figure out what that is. In fact, this Tuesday, I'm going to look for items for that. But we will also set up a special DSP Tries It during the retrospective event whenever it takes place sometime in January. All right? So I'm going to set up a Tier 2 subs goal right now. The Tier 2 subs goal will be 950 subscriptions. If we can hit 950 subs at any point during the month of December, there will be another DSP Tries It in January. Now, this will be a standard one. This will not be a holiday special where I do something holiday-themed, obviously. This will be more a standard one. Maybe I'll look for a food item or something like that. Okay? Sound good? Okay. Conversalist just cheered. Says, do you like poker or any other social gambling games? I just become interested in poker. The psychology aspect behind the game is mind-boggling. Yes, I like poker and I like blackjack. I like both games. I used to play them with my friends. We used to get together and play poker at night. Hold'em, Texas Hold'em. And I've never played Hold'em at a casino, but I've actually played blackjack a few times at casinos, and it was very fun. Richard Link just resubscribed for 16 months. He says, I can't believe it's been 16 months. Hope you and Kat are having a festive season with Jasper. We are. You know, our house looks good. We're having fun holiday stuff. We're actually going to start listening to Christmas music very soon. We already listened to some, but we're probably going to start listening to more very soon. Start watching Christmas specials right around, probably that Christmas week, we'll start watching Christmas specials. So, we're into it. We love it. Sean Slayer cheered again and says, sorry for asking this, but are you looking forward to Cyberpunk? I am, although maybe for different reasons. I'm not getting overhyped about the game. I'm trying to have very scaled and realistic expectations for what it's going to be. And I'm not getting my hopes up that it's going to be like as good as Witcher 3. I just want to experience it for whatever it is. I don't know what it's going to be. I actually have not spoiled myself on the game at all. I've tried to stay away from information about Cyberpunk, so that way I don't get spoiled on the game. I am very excited for it, and hopefully it turns out well. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone so far this week for your support. First of all, shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Local Nomads in 10th place, Major Riots in 9th. There's a tie for 7th between Timbo Slice and Golden Colts. You guys are going to have to fight to the death to determine who actually get the 7th place standing. So Spartan Kings in 6th. Lies for Souls in 5th. The Hated One is in 4th. The Witness by Adam Jones in 3rd. Rob on Wheels in 2nd. And Rosalina Flower. Thank you for all the cheering this week. I appreciate that, everyone. Also, thank you to those who've gifted subscriptions this week. I actually need to refresh this leaderboard because it did not add the subs that were just gifted. It's glitched, I think. I have to refresh. Hold on a second. Now it won't load. Now I'm getting errors. Darkside Johnson just resubbed to the stream for 15 months. I said, I love your streams, and I'm wondering if the PS5 is worth it. I have a PS4 Pro. I could trade it in and get one, but I don't know if it's worth it. If you want improvement in graphics, a lot of the games are going to look better on PS5. And the loading times are dramatically improved on PS5. They just, way better. Okay? If you're looking for some exclusives, there's some pretty good exclusives on PS5. Are you going to get $600 worth? I don't know. By the way, I cannot get my stream chat to load properly now. Great. It just will not load the leaderboards at all for me now. It's acting like the leaderboards don't exist for some odd reason. Melody Zelda cheers, I want more pre-stream. I just want to give a shout out to the sub-gifter so we can go on break and I can use the bathroom. And I can't do it because it's not loading. It will not load the leaderboard for me. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I got to close the stream chat entirely. I'm going to go back to my dashboard, okay? And I'm going to try to export. What I'll do is here, let me reload the dashboard completely, which should refresh the stream chat from there. And then maybe I can pop out the stream chat from there. Let's see. Wow, it's not, even that's not loading properly. No, it is, but for some reason, it's not showing those gifted subs. This is odd. It will not show those gifted subscriptions. For some fucking reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't show them. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what happened. But shout out to those who gifted subs this week. All right, hold on. Suave Super Mutant, I Buy Pepsi Max, Sir Spartan King, Overweight Guinea Pig, McJuggernuggets, among other people, each gifted a single sub to the channel. Tizwaz, Darkside Elon, and Diocletian each gifted 2 subs. Internet Famous McCroy gifted 4. Wig Jr. gifted 40. And of course, Hallelujah He Reigns just gifted 47. Yet, for some reason, that doesn't show on the leaderboard. I don't know. It definitely exists. Okay. Alright. Sean Slayer cheered again, and he said, I heard it's incredibly long. He's talking about Cyberpunk. And very detailed. The crowd density is crazy good. There's so many small little details. Should be cool. Gabriel KO resub for 2 months in a row, 40 and 42 totals. And happy holidays and here's to a much better 2021. You as well, Gabriel. Good to see ya. All right. Okay. So apparently there's a good reason why this person is it's not showing up on the leaderboard. It was actually set up that way, I'm being told. I see. That you can actually apparently set it up so if you cheer or you gift subs that you won't show up on the leaderboards. I didn't know that. Apparently you can do that. KH Knight, yes, thank you for the $2 tip. KH Knight is insanely desperate to fight me again in Demon Souls. He wants me to set up a private password session. I'm not doing that. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I want to sit here and fucking set up private passwords and shit. If you get into the match, great. If not, you know, no. We'll see what happens. It's luck of the draw. All right? But no, I'm not going to sit here and set up private passwords to personally duel you in Demon Souls. Okay? Alright, guys. This is the longest pre-stream because you guys just keep asking me questions constantly. It's funny because people are like, why are your pre-streams so long? Because you guys ask me shit for 2 hours, right? Let's take a break. I got to use the bathroom. And then when we come back, Demon Souls, step 1, we'll try to get some crafting items so I can upgrade my weapons. Step 2, upgrade the weapons and fight old monk. And then step 3, finish the game. Alright? Alright, guys. I'll be back in a few. Enjoy the break. See ya in a bit.